What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of KM Videos, True Stories.
I never stopped banging. I started banging hard, then I got so hard till it was a shame.
Welcome to another episode of KM Videos, True Stories. Since you guys are always asking me about the big guys, who was the biggest guy I ran across on the yard, in prison and all that, and you guys really like the big fish video, I decided it'd be a good thing to give you another one. Now, this takes place in the same place. This is early 1996 when I came from the 3 to a 2 yard. The homie Lil Mad Dog had just moved to another yard in Tehachapi. The word on the yard was Mad Dog used to do hell of a back arms. They used to always talk about how Mad Dog used to be back arm. So when you see this dude's arms, it's like, wow. Yeah, he putting in some serious work. He's lifting some heavy weights to get his arms out like that, because Mad Dog wasn't a guy that had a lot of weight on him. He was a naturally slim type of guy, no stomach, just all muscle. Lil Mad Dog is out the front, solid dude, good rep, and he has sent a kite to the homie Mumpy, asking me to come to church. I never went to church, man, not even to say a prayer, not to see the choir sing. When my mother died, I didn't even go see the chapel. When you be locked up in prison, man, you be ecstatic to run across real homies. Any homie you know from the street, man, you be happy to see him and embrace him. And everything's a whole lot smoother when they embrace you back. For a real 6-0, I'll be there. I knew Lil Mad Dog from the street, so I already knew he was a solid individual, and the homies had a lot of love for Lil Mad Dog, spoke highly of him. They were missing him on the yard, so that lets you know anytime the homie love a homie, they'll express missing a person that leaves the yard. That's another funny thing about the culture we live, the guys that do a lot of time in the penitentiary. You be sad when a homie go home. You be happy for him. At least most of us be happy for him. But you be sad to see him leave, man. You want to do your whole time with him. You want to leave the yard at the same time. And you always looking to see if a homie reach back when he parole. And you hoping to hear nothing but good things. Hoping for some cool pictures to see him on the outs and see him with the homies functioning outside of prison. So I show up to the church with the homies and Lil Mad Dog comes in. Lil Mad Dog got on this penitentiary shirt. Man, that dude don't look big at all. He looks fit. Like he look like he could jog some laps, look like he could do some burpees. He look like he don't have no size. I gotta give it to him. He hid his muscles well up under them shirts. Lil Mad Dog had all of this back here, like huge. And he had a cool muscle with the veins popping out. So I want to say Lil Mad Dog, super swole for a slender guy. Super swole, and you would never know it. You try Mad Dog and you be in for a good fight, without question. So I want to shout out Lil Mad Dog. Hopefully the homie will be getting a date soon if he don't have one already. He been gone a long time, man. The 3-strike thing in California is some garbage. I remember the talk on the yard was when you guys go home, y'all forget about us. And over the years, I could count on one hand how many real homies came up here. You will be judged on if you reach back or not, right? So all this talk was going on. I told the homies, man, I got y'all. You know what I'm saying? This little sentence I got, and I'll be out on the street gambling. good chance you catch me at a bad time. But I'm gonna reach back. The homies separated, went to all different penitentiaries and stuff, but I still sent packages. I sent everybody packages, pictures, and all that. I wasn't gonna forget the homies in prison, man. Never that. Never that. In fact, I got a story about Big Rick, where Big Rick didn't want to take a picture for a homie. Because he was like, man, he ain't no homie. He gonna go back to the streets and forget about us. Rick would not take that picture. And I remember, Mumpy had to convince him to take a picture with us. Rick ended up taking a couple pictures with the homie E before he went home. So E had flicks with Big Rick. And E was on the yard showing them off, happy, smiling like the Kool-Aid man. And I was like, damn, cuz got a picture with Big Rick. That's epic. That's huge. Rick ain't gonna do that for anybody. And he damn sure ain't gonna do it for everybody. Rick actually happened to be my homegirl's cousin. So my homegirl Tanya, shout out to Tanya, is related to Rick. So it was always some sort of family or friend bond right there, and Rick's sister lived behind me. Many a days I ran from the police through her backyard. I used to win picture ducats, getting into football pools and betting on basketball games. So I would make good use of my picture ducats. I wasn't selling them, trading them, putting them up to gamble, none of that. I'm going to the yard to take flicks. All you got to do is run out there, get the cameraman, take your flick, and do whatever you're going to do. Normal program. But yeah, I used to get them picture ducats a lot, man, and we would always take flicks with the homies. Rick wouldn't take no picture with me. I never asked him. But the homie Mumpy did. Mumpy said, man, Rick, take a picture with the homie. And Rick was like, nah, man, I ain't taking no picture with nobody. I don't do that no more. And Mump was like, come on, man, this one you gotta take. And Mump kept telling me, man, I'm gonna get Big Rick to do it. I'm gonna get Big Rick to do it. I didn't care one way or the other, but I had a lot of love and respect for Big Rick. So it would be cool to get a flick with Big Rick. Anyway, I remember Mumpy calling Rick. Hey, Rick, come over here. Let's take this flick. Rick said, hey, Mumpy, I ain't got time for you today. And Rick go on about his business. I remember the lifers had to leave the yard. So all the lifers have to go to cell living in California prison at the time. So the homies, Mump, Rick, all them other dudes that I met from other sets, they all going to Solano State Prison. And Mumpy tell Rick, man, you gotta bust a flick for the homeboy. Rick said, Mumpy, you know I ain't taking no flick. I don't do that no more. He like, come on, cuz, this is a good homie right here. You gotta take a flick with the homie. Mump, I'm not taking no picture. So Mump tells me, he convinces me that Rick is gonna take that picture. Rick could do it for him. He won't do it for nobody else, but he'll do it for him. Because Rick don't take pictures for nobody, and damn sure not with anybody. So right before the life was transferred out, Mumpy was a man of his word. He got Rick to finally agree to take a flick with us. It was CJ, Big Rick, S-Man, myself, and Moody. And we bust that flick. I'll never forget that Rick had took that flick with us, because I didn't have nothing but respect for Big Rick. So Mumpy was right. He got Rick to take that flick with us. Mump, can you get Rick to do an interview with us? Of course not. Absolutely not. But hey, the thought is what really count here, because a lot of you viewers, y'all been asking me about Big Rick interview more than anybody that you ever asked me about on social media about an interview. So shout out to Big Rick, shout out to Mumpy, shout out to Lil Mad Dog, of course the homie Moody, Stanley Cheatham, and the rest of the homies that I was on the yard with. Hey, I'm out of here, y'all, man. Y'all be sure to click that like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I tell all sorts of stories here, man. Some boring, some not so boring. Some dramatic, some not so dramatic. Nevertheless, I'm going to give you a story. I'm out of here, y'all. Salute.